2026 is bringing a strong lineup of colony sim games, with new worlds to build, survive, and manage in ways that look more detailed than ever. From cozy settlement builders to harsh survival colonies, these upcoming games could easily become the next big time sink for strategy fans. Let's get into it! Dungeon Settlers is a dark fantasy strategy game where players build a settlement in barren land while preparing expeditions into dangerous dungeons. Players manage food, shelter, crafting, farming, and research while recruiting characters with different traits, abilities, and combat skills. Battles happen in real time with pause controls for tactical planning, positioning, and status effects. Dungeon layouts, enemies, environmental hazards, and valuable resources change during each expedition.
Congratulations! You were selected to be Hell Incorporated.
Sintopia is a strategy and management game where players run Hell as a large bureaucratic business. Players build punishment facilities, automate workflows, manage demon workers, and process sinful souls to generate profit and expand operations. The game also includes control over the overworld by using divine powers to influence humans and maintain resurrection cycles. Different modes include a story campaign, challenge scenarios, and sandbox customization, while soul corruption systems require specialized purification management.
Et voila! The fabled Liber Administratum, the all-powerful book of administration magic. It's yours to wield now. But be careful how you use that puppy, You do not want to end like your predecessor. Well, what are we waiting for? Chop chop! Boot camp awaits!
Drownlight is a city-building survival game set in a flooded world where players manage the last human settlement around a lighthouse. The lighthouse provides safety and must stay active by maintaining fuel and power supplies. Players gather resources, expand the city outward, manage food and morale, and survive dangerous storms and changing ocean conditions. Survivors arrive from the sea with different needs, while moral decisions affect stability and determine how the settlement continues to survive. Beyond These Stars is a city-building strategy game where players create settlements on the back of a giant space whale traveling through space. Players manage supply chains, farming, logistics, research, and resource production while balancing the needs of their population and the ecosystem living on Kiwa. The game also includes terraforming, outpost construction on other planets, and interactions with alien species. Building a stronger relationship with Kiwa affects travel, expansion, opportunities, and access to different technologies and resources.
Welcome.
Wild West Pioneers puts players in charge of building settlements across the American frontier while managing resources, production chains, and citizen needs. Towns can expand into multiple connected settlements through expeditions, trade routes, and transport systems. Settlers have individual jobs, demands, and happiness levels that affect growth and population. Players can appoint leaders with different bonuses, upgrade buildings over time, and use the strategic map to establish new villages, trading outposts, and resource networks across different regions.
Resources and expand your influence across the frontier. With intuitive controls, beautiful visuals, and an optional relaxed playstyle, Wild West Pioneers lets you build at your own pace. Play today and prove you can run a frontier town better than you think.
Palworld Palfarm lets players build and manage a farm alongside creatures called pals on the Palpagos Islands. Different pals help with planting, watering, harvesting, crafting, cooking, and gathering materials based on their abilities. Players can build relationships with residents and pals through conversations, gifts, and daily activities. The island also includes combat against hostile creatures, trading through marketplaces, rare item hunting, and multiplayer support where friends can build and manage farms together. DarkSwitch takes place on a massive tree where players build a vertical settlement while protecting citizens from a dangerous fog. Limited building space requires careful placement of stairways, zip lines, production facilities, and defensive structures across different layers of the tree. Players gather resources, manage morale, research technologies, and craft light-based weapons to keep the fog away. Scout teams can search ruined areas for artifacts, rare materials, and new outposts, while story decisions affect citizens and settlement stability. Oceaneers takes place in a flooded sci-fi setting where players manage stranded survivors living on floating islands powered by float tech. Players gather resources, farm crops, build rafts, research technologies, and expand colonies by resurfacing and towing islands back to their base. Survivors can be sent on expeditions to search for blueprints, rare materials, and hidden bunkers containing old corporate technology. Weather systems, wildlife, sharks, food supplies, and waste management all affect how efficiently the colony survives and grows. Pax Autocratica combines colony management with first-person combat in a sci-fi setting, where players rule a growing regime across the Tyrus system. Players create laws, manage citizen loyalty, expand industrial facilities, automate production, and research new technologies while controlling resources and population needs. Outside the colony, expeditions include FPS battles against rival factions using infantry, tanks, and mechs. Each mission contains roguelite upgrades, while victories provide recruits, materials, and new abilities that strengthen both the colony and military forces.
Tired.
Concentrate fire!
For Amoria and for victory!
Launch sequence complete. Strategic doomsday device away.
Ant Colony Wild Forest puts players in control of an ant queen building a growing underground colony. Players dig tunnels, construct rooms, spawn different ant types, and organize defenses against enemy raids. Resilient takes place after a zombie outbreak in the 17th century where players manage a colony built by a small group of survivors. Players design settlements freely, create production chains, pass laws, and choose ideologies that affect colonist behavior and social stability. Each colonist has different traits, beliefs, and relationships that influence morale and productivity. During the day, players gather resources and expand the colony, while nights bring attacks from evolving zombie hordes that require stronger defenses and planning. Fantastic Haven revolves around rescuing endangered fantasy creatures and helping restore magic across different regions. Players build shelters, research facilities, train citizens, and create biotopes that match each creature's needs and compatibility requirements. Mages can travel through nearby areas to gather ether resources, investigate locations, and negotiate with local populations. Returning healed creatures to their natural habitats gradually restores magic while improving stability throughout the surrounding lands.
Make their return to their native lands. Unveil the mysteries of the world. Lead local factions toward a harmonious coexistence with magic and these fantastical beings. The fate of magic lies in our hands.
Frostliner takes place aboard a massive train carrying survivors across a frozen wasteland after the world falls into endless winter. Players expand the moving city by adding new carriages, constructing facilities, researching technologies, and managing resources needed to survive the cold. Stopping the train allows scavenging for fuel, supplies, and survivors, but heat levels drop during every halt. Defensive weapons, efficient carriage placement, and careful planning are needed to survive dangerous threats along the frozen rails. Croakwood revolves around building and managing a peaceful frog settlement deep inside an ancient forest. Players design structures with customizable building pieces, decorate towns, manage resources, and oversee the frog market as villagers gather and craft materials by hand. Frog residents act independently and interact with the environment through their daily routines. Exploring the forest unlocks new areas, creatures, secrets, and additional building options that help the community continue growing throughout the wilderness. Above the Snow has players managing an alpine resort during the severe winter of the 1960s while handling staff, guests, equipment, and mountain trails. Workers have different strengths that affect daily operations, rescue missions, and supply transport across dangerous terrain. Players can expand and furnish the lodge, create routes for different climbing skill levels, and improve guest morale through facilities and services. Weather problems, story events, and competition constantly affect how the resort develops.
Heading toward the summit.
If they've taken proper care of their guests, even a blizzard like this wouldn't stop them.
The only warm places in those vast, dreamy